Hi, and welcome to today's fall-themed practice, emphasizing the sacral and third eye chakra. Today, I encourage 2 blocks, a strap, and anything else you might like a blanket. In today's sequence, expect to move with your breath and to find longer holds in certain poses. We'll begin at the front of your mat in easy pose, Sukhasana, with an option to place a block under the hips. From here, soften your gaze or close your eyes and find your sit bones balanced. Let your tailbone descend towards the earth. From the base of the spine, let your energy rise up through the crown of your head, neck long and jaw relaxed. From here, notice your breath. Inhale through your nose, fill the full lung, and let the shoulders stay relaxed. As you exhale, move through your mouth and let out a cleansing breath, repeating 3 times. And let that exhale fully arrive your body here and now. On your next inhale, reach your hands up overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center, Anjali Mudra. Welcome yourself to your practice on the mat. Inhale, sweep your hands up overhead. As you exhale, twist to the right, left hand on your right knee, gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen the twist. Inhale, reach your arms back up through center. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, hands back up. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand, left knee, gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, deepen your twist. Inhale, reach your hands back up through center. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach your hands up. And exhale, hands to knees. And begin seated cat-cows. Inhaling through to cow, shine your chest forward, pulling your elbows back. Exhale, tuck to cat, bringing the chin forward and spreading the shoulder blades apart. Moving back and forth with your breath and holding anything for a moment that feels good. Finishing up on your last breath, bring your spine to neutral, uncross your legs for windshield wiper 90-90s to bring blood flow and internal rotation back into your hips. Placing your feet on the floor a bit more than shoulder width apart, hands on the ground behind you, lowering both knees to the right side and then back through to the left. Repeat at your own pace and make this space your own. If you have the space to drop deeper into more of a 90-90 than a windshield, do so. Allowing space to be made in your hips, lubricating the joints as we are dropping into the sacral region of your body. Finishing up your last full round. And bring your feet together, feet flat on the floor. Find balance on your tailbone. And reach your arms out parallel to the ground, palms face each other. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, engage Mula Bandha, navel in and up towards the spine. Inhale to expand the diaphragm and lengthen. Exhale, option to lift your feet to boat pose or keep them flat on the floor. As we're here, notice the heat as you feel your core engage. Thinking about knees squeezing together. Chest open, core engaged out of the low back. Last breath. Bring your feet together, sit forward into butterfly. Invitation to walk your hands forward and find a forward fold. Let your head become heavy. If you were forward folded, slowly press yourself up. And from here, we cross our legs behind us and meet me in downward facing dog. I find that down dog after a cross-legged warm-up feels wonderful on the back body and legs. We're going to take a few breaths here, so make it your own. Pedal out the feet, engaging through your palms and your hands, lengthening the spine, navel in and up. Walk your feet to the front of the mat for a forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swoop arms up and out and find yourself in mountain pose, Tadasana, with arms overhead. Exhale, bring your hands back behind, interlace the fingers behind your tailbone. Draw your knuckles towards the earth and keep your lower ribs tucked in, spine long. From here, inhale into your chest and exhale, option to slightly lift the chin up towards the sky. If you do so, please keep the back of your neck long. We don't want any pinching. And as you notice a stretch in your platysma, the front muscles of your neck, hold for 3 more breaths. Release your hands and inhale your arms back up overhead. Exhale your hands to rest by your sides. Bend your right arm behind your back, palm facing out. Take your left hand on top of your head. On an exhale, side bend your neck to the left, opening up the right side. This is your side neck stretch, an option to drop the chin forward slightly. And as we hold here for 3 breaths, exhale and pull your right elbow back and your right shoulder down. Inhaling to the chest. Exhale, engaging that elbow and shoulder back and down. Next, inhale, release, come back through neutral, let yourself digest. And switch sides, right hand on top of the head, left hand on the small of the back, palm facing out. Reaching your head over to the right, left side neck stretch. Inhale into the chest. Exhale, dropping your left shoulder, pulling your left elbow back. Inhale, hands come back up. Exhale, hands through heart center, Anjali Mudra, and fold forward all the way. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair, rising up. Hands can be at heart center or reaching up overhead. Spine long, navel in and up, and an engagement slightly in Mula Bandha, and your feet gripping through the whole foot. We hold here. Next, exhale, forward fold. Ground your hands into the mat or blocks. Step left foot back into a high crescent lunge. Lift your hands up overhead. Ashtachandrasana. Keep weight evenly distributed between the front and the back leg Thinking about your left hip still riding forward, front knee bent, knee over that front foot, letting yourself deepen in. As we are here, if you want, you can slightly bend your left knee for a moment, and then thinking about the front of that left hip flexor becoming long, engaging your core, tucking your tailbone, and then extend your left leg back, knee extended long, holding 2 more breaths. Exhale, bring your hands to the blocks or the mat. Drop your back knee to the mat for a low lunge. Inhale, reach your hands up overhead, low lunge. Exhale, find your kneeling half split, extending your front leg. And we rock back and forth between your low lunge and your kneeling half split for about 5 breaths. If either pose feels really good in your body, please hold for a breath, making this your own. Finish up your last rock and pause in your low lunge, hands grounded into the mat or your blocks. Tuck your back toes and lift up your back knee, finding a runner's lunge. Inhale and exhale, twist open to the right, reaching that right hand up overhead, gazing up over towards the right hand. Make sure your left hip is still lifted and not compensating for the twist. Hold 2 more breaths. Exhale, hands frame that front foot, step back to down dog. Option to move through a vinyasa or rest in child's pose here. And meet me in down dog for us to repeat the other side. Taking an inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, soften the heels. And step left foot forward. Rise up. High crescent lunge. Thinking about, again, your hips square. Weight distributed evenly over the front and your back leg. Bending slightly into that back knee, and then letting your tailbone tuck more, front of your core and hip flexor engage right side, and then extend your right knee out again. You will feel a greater sensation here. Holding 2 more breaths. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Relax your back knee to the mat. Inhale here. Exhale into a half split. Again, flowing back and forth for about 5 rocks. Pausing where it might feel extra juicy today. Really letting yourself release and open here. On your next rock, pause in low lunge. Ground your hands into the mat or blocks. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and on your next exhale, twist open to the left. As you exhale, think about how you can engage your core. Your navel can come in and up. Pelvic floor is turned on. There is strength here. Inhale. Exhale, hands back to the mat. Inhale, step back, down dog, and lower yourself to child's pose. Knees can be wide or together. Let your forehead rest on the earth and come back to your breath. Take one more breath and rise back into downward facing dog. Take a full breath here. On your next inhale, float your right leg up back behind you for three-legged dog. On your next exhale, bend your right knee, tuck in towards your chin for tiger curl. Knee to nose, round through the spine. Inhale, lift and extend your leg back out, three-legged dog. Exhale, tiger curl in. One more time, inhale out. Exhale, come and curl and pause. And then place your right foot in between your hands. Root down through your feet, warrior two ready, and rise up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Back foot at about a 45-degree angle, front knee over the foot, arms extended long in both directions, shoulders stacked over the hips. Notice where you may be gripping, soften the shoulders, and we hold here for 5 breaths. Inhale, flip your front palm, lift your arm to reverse warrior. Exhale into that right side body, inhaling into that right side body. And then extend the front legs, windmill your arms back to warrior two, and then reach forward into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right hand to the outside of the front leg to a block or the floor. Left arm rises stacked up overhead, and we hold here. Spine long, chest open, core engaged. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the front knee into extended side angle, Utthita Parsva Konasana. Reach your front forearm to thigh or hand to block or the floor. The invitation to wrap the left arm behind your back or keep your left arm up overhead for a moment. Now take your left hand behind your back if it is not already there, palm facing out. If it's available, bind under the front leg with your right arm threading low to meet the left. We hold for a few more breaths. Remember, sensation is welcome, not strain. Unwind, place both hands to frame the front foot. Step back down dog. Exhale to child's pose and let the breath reset. Feel what has shifted, and if anything else feels good for a rebound, take that now. Rise back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg for three-legged dog. Exhale, bring knee to nose, tiger curl. Inhale, extend it back out. Exhale, curl in, shoulders come wide. Compress the belly. One more time, inhale out. Exhale, bring knee to nose and hold for a moment. And then place left foot in between the hands. Warrior ready, your feet root and rise into warrior two. Again, we hold. Energy balance between the front and the back leg. Shoulders relaxed. Gaze over your front middle finger. Option to bring palms up this side. Flip the palm if you have not already, and reverse warrior. Inhale here. Exhale, extend the front leg. Palms back through warrior two, and hinge forward into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Left hand outside the left leg to block or ground, right hand stacked overhead. Gaze up towards your right hand. Core engaged, chest open, spine long. Bend into your front knee, sweep your right hand overhead, extended side angle. We hold here for a moment. And then take your right hand behind your back, palm facing out. Option to bind left hand underneath the body. We hold 5 more breaths. Gently release your hands, frame the front foot, step back to down dog, lower into child's pose, and then reach your hips and chest forward for Sphinx. Onto your forearms, chest open, pulling your elbows back behind you, shoulders away from the ears. Let your belly become soft into the earth. Maybe soften your gaze. Reset. Lower yourself to the earth. Press your hands underneath the shoulders and rise back into down dog. On your next breath, bring your right knee toward your right wrist, foot between the hands for pigeon. Shin angled as it feels supportive, left leg extended long behind you. Let the front of the left hip melt towards the earth. And if this is not available, please place a blanket underneath the right hip for support, or I suggest moving onto your back for a figure 4 supine pigeon. We're going to hold here for about 8 breaths, an option to surrender forward, letting yourself become a sleeping pigeon, a surrendered pigeon, as you melt into this pose. Option to stay forward folded here, or you can press yourself up if you would like to reach your left hand back behind you for a bind with your back leg. Just a few more breaths here. Gently release if you have any binds. Tuck your back toes and step back into down dog. Take a moment, let your hips adjust, reset after pigeon, and switch sides. This time it should be left leg coming forward, left knee to the outside of your left hand, right leg extended back behind you, not out to the side. Any support under the hips if needed. Take a breath in. On your exhale, fold forward in your pigeon, and again we hold, noticing similarities or differences between both sides. Option to stay forward folded or press yourself up for a bind with your right leg with the right hand. About 3 more breaths wherever you are. How can you settle and soften where you are? Release what you have and bring yourself to a comfortable seat. Start with both legs extended long in front of you, and then draw the right foot to rest on top of the left thigh for half lotus. Elevate your hips here if needed. Inhale, you reach your arms up, and exhale into infinity arm circles, finding cow face, arms floating in and out. Let the shoulders glide and keep your neck long, crown of the head tall towards the sky. Reaching between cow face arms, both sides, back and forth. Again, creating space and opening in your shoulders, your chest. Finish your last full round and release the hands and release your legs into staff pose and Dandasana. Sitting tall, legs long, spine lifted. And again, draw on the legs. This time, left foot on top of the right thigh for half lotus, other side. This time, roll your shoulders forward for 3 breaths. And then backwards. And then release your legs back into staff pose again. Option to ground the hands behind the hips and lift into a reverse plank for 2 breaths. Lower your hips as we move into cow face pose. Cross your legs so that your right knee stacks over your left knee. If this isn't accessible, return to half lotus for another round. Then bring your arms into cow face arms. Left arm reaches up and bends behind your head and palm to the back body. Left arm comes behind, up to the spine, palm facing out. Option to bind hands together or to use a strap if needed to hold this bind. Again, do not let your upper arm compensate with your neck. Keep your crown of your head to the sky. Ribs knitted in, spine long. Gently release your hands and release and find your rebound pose, uncrossing your legs. A seated forward fold or even a wide-legged forward fold or windshield wipers is great. Take your time in between, let the blood flow come back to your legs, come back to your breath. And we move into Gomukhasana, cow face the other side. This time, stack your left knee on top of your right knee. Feet away from the hips in opposite directions. Again, if this is not accessible, half lotus is a wonderful alternative. Right arm reaches up and bends behind the head, palm to the back body. Left arm bends behind the back, palm facing out. Binding here with your hands or a strap, and again, we hold. Thinking about your collarbones broadening, your neck still long, crown to the sky. Slowly release, uncross your legs, and make your way down onto your back. Taking a moment here. Bending left knee into chest for half wind relieving pose for a moment. And extend your left leg up to the sky. Hands bind behind your left leg where accessible. Right leg can be engaged, pressing your right heel away from you, toes towards you, or you can let the leg relax. Bend your left leg back in towards your body, and on an exhale, twist over to the right for a supine twist. And pull yourself back through center, left leg extends long, and switch sides. Right knee into the chest, and extend right leg up to the sky. Bind behind your right leg where accessible, and again, we hold. You can play with pointing your right toes towards you and away from you as well, moving around in that lifted legs ankle. Bend your right knee into your chest. Exhale, twist over to the left, supine twist. Inhale it back through center. Let both legs come long. And before we find our final resting pose, I encourage happy baby or anything else your body might be calling to right now. I encourage you to always listen to your body and give yourself anything it needs, especially before we find our stillness. And find your final resting position. Make it as comfy as possible for yourself. This could be a bolster or blocks under the knees and maybe a blanket over top of you. From here, soften your gaze or close your eyes. Notice the big and small sounds around you. The temperature of the room against your skin. And come back to your breath and back to your body. And as you settle into this mini-death Shavasana, corpse pose, invite all levels of your energy to release and let go, to soften and be. As nature shows us it is time to release, it is an opportunity to practice yoga in day-to-day living, to surrender, to honor the transformations of this cycle and to stay present yet not attached to the outcome. We must shed our old layers to welcome in the new. We must pause, rest, and charge to move forward with our centered, most potent energy. As we make our way to the end of class, slowly begin to move your extremities and roll over to one side. Keep your gaze soft, your eyes closed, and slowly press yourself up into a comfortable seat, hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. May we give thanks to all the teachers and all the teachings of this practice. Thank yourself for showing up today on your mat for your own practice. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste, and you are free.